And we are live. It took me, again, quite of a hassle to set up the YouTube stream. I don't know why they make it so complicated. But it is what it is. We need to deal with it. What is up? How is it going? I hope you had a good day. But don't forget that the best part of the day still needs to begin. And that's right now on this stream. Yes, that's exactly like I mentioned. So, today is going to be an interesting one. Because we are going to actually do the settlements. And that basically means, in the previous stream, we actually tried something. So let me quickly recap. And let me first boot up the Ganesh. And I think it would be -D for the deterministic addresses. And I think we need to replace all the private keys once again. Oh no. But it is what it is. So the previous stream, I made a big mistake. So what we are doing is, now let me quickly find this limit order. So what we are doing is, each time we place a limit order, for example, I want to sell 10 ETH. I transferred 10 ETH from the dude's wallet to the exchange. The problem is, if he wants to cancel his order, it probably won't be cancelled instantly, because settlements, especially on crypto, takes time. So we need to fix that. So the main idea is to refactor this a little bit. So we only transfer ETH, we only transfer the tokens, the cryptos, the whatevers, when the order is being matched by a market order. That seems the best approach. And we should do some bookkeeping so we can lock the amount. If he places a limit order, we can lock the amount. So as long as his order is still in the books, he cannot transfer it himself. That's what it is. That's how it's going. That's exactly how we are going to making it. Just a quick check before we do this. All right. It seems the stream is in a healthy position. That's good. That's what I want to see. So, handle place limit order. So we have a lot of shenanigans here. I'm going to refactor this. So we're going to say in these handle matches, for matches in range, for match in range matches, we're going to say we're going to copy paste. That's what we do. So we need the user. We're going to copy this bad boy, paste it in here. So the matches basically will have the ask and the bid. The match is a struct that holds the ask and the bid that's being matched. And each order has a user ID. So what we're going to do is grab the from user. It's going to be the ask user ID. Ask the user ID. Then we're going to say the same thing, but we're going to transfer to the user, basically the guy that bought the Ethereum tokens. In this case, the Ethereum tokens. It could be any ERC20 token in the future. It's going to be the to user. What the hell's going on with the capital letters? That's going to be the bit. And let's just copy paste some more. So the exchange public key, we don't need it. Well, we need it. Let's just copy everything, you know? Let's just copy the whole shebang. Even this, yoink. Let's paste it in here. So the exchange public key, we're gonna comment this out, but the reason is this is only needed, only used. This is only used for the fees, the exchange fees. The from address is going to be the crypto, the pub key to address, and it's going to be the from user, private key and public key. Easy. The same thing with the to user, to address. What the hell's going on? That's going to be this. And that's the amount, the actual size. That's going to be the match. Why is my key bindings? The match, I think it's size filled. So if you match two orders, we're going to have a size filled, which is basically the amount the orders have matched. That's going to be the amount we're going to transfer. Of course, we need to deduct the exchange fees, but that's for later. We don't care about money right now. We don't care. So we're going to transfer the ETH. So we have this client. The user private key. That's going to be the from address. So we don't need this. The only thing we need is fetches private key. So user from user private key, and that's going to be it. So the real question is, how are we going to handle these errors? That's the question. I have no clue. It doesn't matter. We're gonna leave it open for now. So basically that should kind of work. Just what we need to do is fix this place limit order real quick. So we're just placing this. We don't need this user. Actually, we don't need anything of this. Just return null because we don't have an error. Like this. Then we make run, boot everything up, and hopefully we can actually trade stuff. But first, so we are making this user private key. The question rather is, does this private key match with our blockchain? I don't think so. It's going to be BB4. That's this one. That's good. User 8. That's nice. Okay, cool. User 8. We need to remember this. All right. So let's open up Postman and let's check the books. The books are empty. So we're going to post a limit order. Bit false. The price limit is 10K, but let's just place it without any further ado. So the limit order is placed. So if we know, is we now fetch the books again, we can see that there is a limit order sitting in the books at price level 10k, euro, dollar, rupees, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It could be any currency. And the size is going to be 1 million. But that's 1 million gwei, or a fraction of Ether. And I really want to transfer 10 ETH or 1 ETH, but the problem is these amounts do not fit in a float 64. So we need to fix that later on. They do not fit. So what I'm going to do now is make a market order. But it's going to be a bit. This is 1 million. The price doesn't matter because it's a market order. Do switch between Twitch and YouTube for streams? That's a good question. I'm still figuring out on which platform I need to stream. That's a very good question. I did a couple YouTube streams and I did a couple Twitch streams, and I'm not gonna lie, but the Twitch streams were more interactive. Because people say that if you stream on Twitch, you most likely will not be found, because on Twitch the guys with the highest viewer base will be on top, so they exponentially grow, and the small ones go at the bottom of the page. But it wasn't. I just turned on the stream and I had 5 viewers and we had a very good time. And on YouTube, I don't know. I have no clue. I hope this answers your question. I'm still figuring out. I will let you know. So this is YouTube. Maybe tomorrow is Twitch, until I figure out which one is the best. The best for exposure, right? Maybe I should do both, but I'm not quite sure if my equipment can handle the load. Not sure. Anyway, so place a market order. I really hope this is gonna work. Shit. I made a mistake. So the main goal for me is, Marshall, the main goal for me is not to be a streamer per se, right? The thing is, I don't like editing videos. I really hate it. It takes so much time, and I thought, why I just stream, and I just upload a video and I'm done. I can call it a day, right? So that's the reason why I'm doing this. You can also stream in Twitter. Yeah, I know, but I'm not quite sure about that on Twitter. I don't know. I think Twitter is good for those spaces, right? If you want to do a little podcast or something, or a little space, hang out. But for stream, I have no clue. If people actually gonna... Depends on what you want to do, right? If you want to stream coding, you probably want people to have their monitor, right, on their PC, on their desktop, because if you want to watch coding on a cell phone, you're going to have a very, very hard time following what the dude is doing. You should try Twitch, try YouTube, and see what you like the most. But I can tell you, Twitch is more interactive. YouTube, they come and they see, but they don't say anything, right? On Twitch, they come and hang out and they troll you, but that's all fine. That's all good, because I troll back. All right, so I'm gonna delete this price actually. Send this market order and probably have a bug, but that's all fine. You streamed on both, and what is on both? What is your experience? What would you recommend me as a newbie, as a rookie, to stream on? Because this morning I tweeted that I'm going to stream on Twitch, and 4 hours later I tweeted that I'm going to stream on YouTube. Because I watched some YouTube videos about streaming on Twitch or YouTube. You know how it goes, right? You change your mind every second. Right, so let me quickly, let me check the error, right? I think there was none. That's good news. Okay, that's quite interesting. So I'm going to fetch the books again. So I have a bit, that's true, that was my mistake. Then I have this ask. But it's still not being matched for some reason. For programming, I stream on Twitch, yeah. Well, I'm gonna finish this stream up, right? So I have a little plan that I wanna finish so I can use this video, and then I'm going to Twitch, delete my code, git reset, min hard, dash hard, and just do the whole shebang again. Yeah, it is. I was so surprised when I was on Twitch. I was so surprised that actually people just jumped in my stream and and asked me some questions, right? What color scheme are you using? Why don't you use this? Why do you? It's nice. It's nice. You know how it goes. But on YouTube, it's, I don't know. So I'm gonna make this market order once again. It's gonna be a bit. So there's probably I'm not handling these matches. Handle matches. What the hell's going on? I am. To handle the matches and I return them. We're gonna do it the hard way. We are gonna do this the hard way. I just found you. So I think as more people discover your channel and subscribe, YouTube live views will grow. That's true. That's exactly true. Yeah. So I don't think I can already have like an opinion because, like I said, normally I live record my videos. So I never do some editing or some tutorial stylish things. I just code things from scratch and I open up my editor and I record everything without editing. I did this for quite a long time, but then I thought, why not go live? Because somebody told me that if you go live, YouTube will prioritize your stream as a video. I don't know if it's true. So I said, why not? And here I am, streaming. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm gonna do this for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, and then jump to Twitch and see what's going on. So I have a feeling where the boys at, you know, where the boys and where the girls at. So yeah, I'm gonna just do the dirty way. The dirty way. Not really from what I've seen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe it either. But sometimes, something I learned in life is that you need to do things yourself to be 100% sure. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Do things ourselves. So I'm going to panic in these handle matches. I'm gonna panic here. Just because I can. Like this. Make run. And I'm still cold. I need to warm up. Alright. This is a market. Let's do this. Alright, we don't come in this shenanigans. Why don't you use a debugger? Who needs a debugger? Who needs that? When you have panic. When you have panic. Alright. And something is going on. Make run once again. Alright, now we're in this panic. Finally. So I think I made a big mistake. I'm gonna print out this thing real quick. Place order data. A matter of fact, that's for both. Like this. Because previous stream I did a lot of shenanigans. And this stream I need to pay the price. Alright, so this should actually print something out. Okay, type is market, that's all fine. This is all what I'm expecting. So place order type is market order. Markets, that should be fine. That should be fine. The question about this, why is it not working? All right. That's impossible. So for some reason, it is not detecting that this is a market order and it's not executing the code inside of this function. And I'm pretty sure that it worked before. The real question is, what the hell is going on? We could do something like it's the same thing. Market, this price doesn't really matter, to be honest. This is working. God damn it. I should be fired. If you were my boss, you should fire me instantly. So if I do this, this should actually work right now. So if I do panic inside of this thing, and normally I code on a Mac, But because it's a very old machine, I need to code on my Razer Blade on Windows. So these keybinds are a little bit scuffed, because if you're used to doing Command C, Command V, and Command all the things, and suddenly you need to go to Control, you have a bad time. You have a very bad time, I'm gonna lie. All right, so good not get response is perfectly fine. So we're in this panic. So we can actually start, after this little intermezzo, we can actually start doing some stuff. So let's reboot once again and see what's going on. Let's first place this limit order as an ask. 1 million, boom. That should be in the books. Just switch my programming laptop to Linux. Yeah, that's also good. But if you're on a Mac or basically on Unix, so it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. Everything works out of the box. So if I install Linux on my... So a couple months ago, I had Linux on my Razer Blade, but for some reason, the screen, not quite sure what it was. I think it's the refresh rate or something. There was something going on, and I experienced these head issues from just watching at the screen, and I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the switch from a Retina display to this Razer Blade with Linux on it. I don't know what it was, but I swapped it back to Windows, installed WSL2, and it's kind of the same experience. Not 100%, but we're coming close. It's better than nothing. But I want to provide the best quality to you, to the viewers, for my recordings on YouTube. So that's why I need my Razer Blade, so I can encode everything on my GPU instead of the CPU. I'm using HP Omen 2019 dual boot with Win 10 and Ubuntu. Yes, that sounds a very good setup. Very, very good. Yeah, if you're using Linux, you are the chat. You are a real chat. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. So get. All right, we have something in the books. The next thing is match it. And let's do not make the same mistake. Oh my God. I'm gonna add some check for this, to be honest. Market, the same shenanigans. All right, so this is working. So we have matches. This is the order ID of the ask that's on the other side of the trade. So if everything goes well, let me first check the books again. The books are empty. That's perfectly fine. We did it. Now the last thing I need to check, is if the ETH, the Ethereum, the ETH tokens are actually transferred from the guy that wants to sell, that places the ask, and a random Jimmy, that places his market order at the top. He literally bought the top. They will never learn. All right, how can I test this? So it's basically, wait, how can this actually work? Just think about something. How can this actually work? Because I only have one user in the I only have one user on the exchange right now, and it is this guy right here. See, that's why you always need to do your error handling properly. But you know, you know how it goes, right? You see the end of the tunnel, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you want to go as quickly as possible to finally reach the end of the tunnel so you can see that it's all working, and you will do the rest later on. But the problem is, because we ignored error handling, we are in deep trouble. However, so I'm getting the user we are sending from, fetching this out of this map. I do the same for the user we are sending to. We are transferring ETH to. But I'm 100% sure only one user sits in this map. And I check the map right here. So if it's not okay, which basically means that if this key is not in the map, it will return this error. But for some reason, did we actually? Let's make this limit once again. This is pretty complex stuff, I'm gonna lie. It's not your daily to-do list. I know. The price, let's say 10K. The top, literally the top. Boom. So it's placed, get the books, all good. Place a market order, let's go maybe this one maybe. Bit is true, the size, market, it's all fine, we are set, we place this order, boom, and we have an error. Yeah, we made a mistake. So we placed the limit order on the bits. So what we can do is no worries, no worries. Instead of making this market order, we're going to say that if instead of making this market order a bit, we're going to say it's an ask. But then it's going to... that should work. That should be the same. Let's do this. Okay, cool. Wait. And this Postman, I don't know what happened with Postman, but I can remember a couple of years ago, Postman was a desktop client. But right now, it's all in the cloud for some reason, and it's lagging. Mark it through, la la la, that should be fine. Bit should be an ask. Boom. All right, we match. Okay, so the matching engine logic is smooth as fuck. That's not the problem. The order books, pinpoint perfect. But the settlements, the actual transfer, still needs a little bit of work. And that's exactly what we're here for. The first thing we're gonna do is make another user. You know what? So we have a new user with this, let's say an ID. N64. Well, all right. Give it 8, so we can do delete this. We're gonna move the shenanigans inside the user function. Is it the same thing? Actually, what the hell is this? So we get a private key based on this key. Yeah, sure. That's exactly what we do. Let's comment this out. Just delete this one now. So we make a new user, we give it the private key as a string. Because why? Because if you are an exchange, you don't own your own private keys. Could we do exchange crypto with the real availability of money? I mean, the crypto we exchange is equal with the money in real world we transfer. That's exactly the purpose, right? So the main goal is to have a complete working exchange, but the only difference is that we don't trade real money, although it will be real money for us, right? It will be dollars or euros tied to what they are worth. And we are going to use our Ganesh or private Ethereum blockchain, which basically is it's the same thing as a normal Ethereum blockchain. The only difference is it's just private, sandboxed. So it actually reflects basically the real world scenario. Unless the money, the dollars, they aren't actually real, right? I mean, if you want, you can send me real money, but I would not recommend this. But the principle would be the same. It's exactly the same as a real exchange should work. Of course, their technology would be a little bit better, I hope. Otherwise, we are in a big problem. But this should be a very good reflection of reality. Reflection of reality. And I know this stream sounds a little bit boring. The previous streams were much more interesting. I'm not going to lie, especially the matching engine. The other books was fine. And here we need to hassle a little bit around, because you know how it goes when you do crypto engineering, crypto development. It's always a pain in the ass sometimes. It's always a little bit of a pain here and there. But that won't stop us. All right, so we make a new user. We do all the shenanigans inside this function. So we have user 8. What the hell's going on? I'm gonna yoink quickly another user. Let's 7. This guy. Copy. Let's do it like this. PK. Gonna be 7. So how would you account for change in currency value every second? Good question. That's a good question. I don't think we're going to hassle with that kind of stuff. I mean, the main goal, like I mentioned, is to just demonstrate. You place a limit order, a market order comes in, you match those guys with one or multiple, depends on the size, depends on the limits. With fictive money, right? Doesn't really matter, just a number. We pretend that a limit sitting at 10K is 10K dollar or 10K euro, whatever country you're from, whatever your currency is. We pretend that. It's just sucked out of thin air. With some fictive size of ETH, 10 ETH, 1 ETH, and we just transfer it from his fictive balance we assign him, and we transfer this ETH from the blockchain. That's the thing. I hope that makes sense. Of course, there is a lot of other things we need to take account if you want to build a real currency exchange. I completely agree. But we are not savage beasts, and we are not going to hassle with that right now. Not right now. Eventually, we're going to make our own market maker algorithms. That's something I'm planning, another series I'm doing, is once this exchange is kind of complete, we're going to make some algorithms, market maker algorithms, to provide liquidity onto the exchange. Because I think that would be a good content. A lot of people are asking for how does it work, these market maker algorithms? What are they doing? Are they hunting my stop loss? Those nasty bastards. The basic first, exactly. Always the basics first. PK string 7. I'm gonna say user 8. Sure. It's gonna be 7. 7. 7. 7. All right, wait. This will not work. So for some reason, this 0x at the front, this prefix won't work. So we're gonna delete this. Hassled with this in the past, and we're not gonna do it again. Let me quickly drink before we try again. If there are any more questions, please feel free to ask. Happy to answer. So we have these two users. So right now, that should work, I think. But what we need to do is basically change the way so let's first place this limit order, right? Bit false, let's do an ask, that's fine. Let's send this, get the books. What I actually want to do is put the user ID as a response. So where is this struct? Should be ordered actually. Where the hell is this guy? Okay. Right at the top. So we're gonna say user ID in64. And normally, wait. I think we need to provide this. And normally in real case scenarios, I would split this code base more out and make it more organized. So I don't need to hassle around like this. So where is this thing? Where I'm assigning these? It's matched order, is it? It's not. Do I actually use this order? That's the question. We do. We actually do. Aha. Handle get book. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to say user ID. It's going to be this. I'm going to copy this right here. Paste. And let's see what's going on. So we need to repost it. Yes. Let's fetch it. All right, so we have user ID 8. That's the guy that is selling his Ethereums for a decent price. I'm not gonna lie, this guy knows where it's at. So now we're gonna make a market order. And the thing we need to pay attention to is to do not say user ID 8. That's why it was working. That's why it was working. So we basically were transferring Ethereum to the same wallet, to the same address. God damn. User 7 is going to place this market order. He's the lucky one. So the bid's going to be true. The price doesn't matter, but it doesn't really matter that it sits there because we don't use it if it's a market order. So we're gonna... Oof. Transaction. It's doing something, that's for sure. User 7 not found. How long do you use Vim for development? Very long, and I'm still not a pro. Look, listen, so I'm gonna tell you exactly how it happened because it's a very important question. I would recommend, if you're a developer, I don't know how you develop, but if you're a developer, I would recommend never using your mouse. I never use it unless if I'm in Postman or something, I need to use it. But if I'm in my editor, I never use my, for nothing, never use my mouse, right? But it wasn't always the same thing. Like when I started out, the first 4 years or something, I was still using my mouse. And I saw a guy on YouTube, and he was so fast, and I was sitting there, and I was, what the hell is this guy doing? He's an animal. And it was Vim, right? It was Vim. And I was looking it up. I was looking things up on YouTube. What is Vim? I installed Vim. And I had such a hard time, but really, I had such a hard time learning it. And because I'm a very binary person. It's black or it's white, right? I don't know any grayish value. That's the way I am. It's good and sometimes it's bad, and I said, fuck it. I'm gonna learn Vim. I'm gonna throw away all my editors, Sublime Text back in the days. And even in my work, I was using the Vim editor, not even VS Code didn't exist, just plain Vim in the terminal. And it took me so long, and I was so frustrated because I couldn't finish things in a normal way because I was always stuck and things didn't work out, but I kept holding on. I was so, I don't know, stubborn, I don't know if that's a correct word, to learn it. And I gave 0 fucks. And I kept learning it, and I didn't use I even decoupled my mouse because that was a tip that guy gave on his YouTube. Just decouple your mouse and only use your keyboard. And right now, I'm pretty good at it. I'm not the best, but I'm using a decent kind of commands. And now I'm super fast, right? So if I need to copy something or I need to go to another window, I'm probably 10 times faster than a mouse user. So I would recommend to learn it and to keep holding on at every cost. You will be slower 3 months, 2-3 months, you will be slow as fuck. But after that, you're gonna be an insane animal. An insane animal. And you don't need to install Vim right now. You can basically use VS Code with a Vim plugin. I would recommend that because then you have best of both worlds, right? You have a nice UI, package manager is, just learn it. Learn it. So user 7 is not being found. Yeah, of course, look at this. So we say user 7 is a new user, but we assign the same ID again. So, and just a small question. How is the quality of the stream? I mean, the bitrate, the sound, because I have no clue what's going on. Sultan, how is it going? Mr. Crypto King. Yes, that's my nickname, apparently. Crypto King. I'm not sure if I am one, but like I mentioned before, I will take it. All right, so this time, this time it should actually work, not gonna lie. So make run. I need to do the whole shenanigans once again. So we need to say this is false. We do a limit order. 8. We place this. We go to the books. Wait a minute. True. Limit. All right. The vid quality is a bit choppy every once in a while. Yeah. Wait, let me check my I had the same thing. The same shenanigans the day before. Although it's an excellent connection, according to YouTube. Stream health. The stream is healthy. I don't know. I'm streaming for 8K bits, 8K bit rate, 60 frames per second. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm a rookie. I just do things that YouTube is telling me. All right, some random dudes on YouTube, the first video I could find, copied his settings and do the same thing with the hope having as much as subscribers as he has. Maybe it's on your end. I don't know. It could be mine. I won't be surprised that it's although I have a good connection, right? So, but as long as it's doable, as long as it's doable for you guys, then it's good for me. All right, so I was doing, I'm so confused. So this is placed. Let's get the books. All right, we have our ask in the books, user 8, all good. So now we place this market order once again. Market. Yes. Market. I'm confused. All right, user 87. Let's see. Oh my God. So the order book matching engine did his work. We know that is fine. But now we need to check. We did a transaction that's good. Let me first get the books. It's gone. The books are empty. Wait, I'm struggling with the tabs, man. I'm struggling with the tabs. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, cool. How can we test? We can test because so user ID 7 is the buyer, which basically means that if we check his balance, it cannot be 1000 ETH. Right? So I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna copy this bad boy. And we're gonna do something very dirty. Because it's all fine. We can be dirty sometimes. I'll bet you'll be dirty sometimes too. Don't tell your boss. I won't tell him. We're gonna say the balance error. What the hell is going on? Is client. My editor is lagging like balance that. A context. Do we have a context? We don't. Background. Then we need the address, and I need to copy it again because my clipboard is empty. Like this. Address string. It's going to be this. And then we need to say common hex to address string nil, because that's a block number and we don't need it. Then we're going to check the error. If the error is not nil, we're gonna log fatal. The shenanigans. What the hell's going on? And we're gonna print out this balance. And if this is the balance of the other dude, I guess. We don't care. All right. We don't care. So if we did our job right, if the code is working, I just need to reboot the system and it will get the balance of user 7. Because I copied. This is the private key of user 7. This is the address of user 7 on our own blockchain. Private Ethereum blockchain. So let's do this. Premiere. Only here. God damn it. No, what the hell is going on? He has more. Of course. because he bought ETH, right? Yeah, we're doing a good job. It's working. So yeah, it's basically the other one. It's let's test it to be sure, because so he was the buyer, right? So he bought 10 ETH, not 10 ETH. He bought some ETH, because I cannot post 10 ETH in Gwei through Postman, because it does not fit in a float. It does not fit in an N64. So that's why we're doing an amount less. So if we do the same thing, we could do this, right? Buyer is this dude, like this. Then we're gonna say the same thing for seller. Let's say buyer balance, seller balance. We copy the whole shebang like this, paste it in here. We say seller address string. The same thing here. Address string. Wait, I'm confused with all these strings. Seller balance. Yeah. Seller balance. Buyer. God damn it. Buyer balance. Okay. The only thing we need to do is grab this key. Yeah. Gonna paste it in here and gonna delete it here. Make run. Yes. 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 Stream's over. It's working. Holy shit. Can you imagine? It's insane. And the stream health is still in an excellent state, so it's all going good. It's all going good. Everything is fine. So we're gonna drink as celebration. Whew. Buy it at, yeah. Sultan, thanks. See, thanks. You are on point. You are on point. Did I make a mistake? I didn't. Oh, I thought I made a typo with double Y's. Buyer balance, buyer address string. What do you mean? Wait, you make. Oh yeah, like this. Yeah, you're right. You could do, yeah, to be verbose, buyer address string like this, and then we do it like this. What the hell? Some buyer address string like this. True. That's perfectly fine. This is actually how it is. This guy needs a pay raise, a paycheck raise. Congratulations, thank you. Chickchi. Nice name. All right, but it's working, but it's a complete mess. It's a complete mess, right? But that's how it goes, right? If you, it's a tip I can give you, is first make things work. Make some tests, then make things better. And you are covered by your tests, and then you can make it more faster. That's how I do things. So this common thing, we do this and it's gone. Easy. All right, so I'm thinking. We need to do something more extravaganza. So right now we're placing actually, let me see the books. Books will be empty, right? Yeah. So what we're gonna do It's gonna be. We're gonna put some volume on our own exchange. So we're gonna start. Man, the screen is. All right, this is better. Okay, let's fill the exchange up with some things. Because this stream, the next stream, the next episode, the next whatever, we are gonna set up our own front end, right? So we're gonna make it in Next.js, TypeScript, and we're gonna build some nice UI so we can log in with a wallet, with our MetaMask wallet. And then we can connect to the exchange and we can place orders through the front end. That would be amazing. And I'm not a front end engineer myself, although I can do a little bit of front end. It's actually so easy that you never need to learn front end. You don't learn it. It's easy. With Next.js and all these React things, it's basically it writes itself. Of course, you need to learn it, but what I mean by that, it's so many tools. There's so many tools at hand for you that is pretty easy. All right, so we're gonna fill up. It would be nice if you could actually make the order books visual, like with some chart, with some graphs, chart.js or something, that we can see how many volume there is visually. That would be nice. Okay, so let's make some. Let's sell some stuff. Limits. So we're gonna place 8. 8 is the seller. This guy is dumping his coins on our exchange. This little rat. He's getting rid of all his Ethereums. Price 10K. So let's do that. But also at 9K. At 8K. This guy is a maniac. So let's check the books. All right, we have some. So we have a total ask volume of a lot. All by user 8. Same size. Different price. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna make it super interesting. Look at this. We're gonna make another user is coming to play. Another guy is going to crush the market. We're gonna name him. He's so special. This is a special guy, so we're gonna give him a name. We're gonna give him a name. Where are we going to put that stuff? We're gonna name him. Give me a name. I'm gonna drink. Give me a name for this new user. Give me one. Doesn't matter. It can be anything. Maybe Jimmy. Or James. Or Joe. Or Thomas. Let's take Jimmy. Let's take James, actually. I like James. James at the water cooler. John. Okay, it's decided. John. This guy. So we call him John. 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 We need to give John. What the hell's going on with this? Alright. let's give John his own wallet. So John is going to be six. John is 6. User 6. Where is my... So John, his address is going to be this. That's his private key though. John PK. That's John PK. So actually we could also derive the address from the private key, but yeah. Why? We need to delete these two prefixes because otherwise we're going to get compiler errors. Okay, cool. So we're going to say John. I'm going to be a new user. New user. It's going to be John PK. We need to give him an ID though. It's going to be 6. We're going to give him the ID of the devil. 666. We could also give him 777. That's a lucky number. I don't know. You tell me. For now, he's a devil. He's going to take all your coins. He's going to steal. It's Mr. Steal Your Coin. John. All right. This is John. And then we're going to say the exchange users. That's going to be John ID. Why is it not? Oh my god, what the fuck am I doing? It's John. Like this. The addresses was for the balance. I see. I was thinking, why do we need the fucking address? But it was for the balances. Yeah, let's print out John's address also. John address. Let's quickly grab John address. It's 6. It's this one. Copy. Go back. Paste it in here because otherwise, if I delete this address first with my key bindings, my clipboard will be cluttered with the thing I deleted. So that's why I paste it in and then I delete it. A small tip for Vim users. Because in VS Code, if you delete a word with your keyword, it's get automatically placed onto the clipboard. So if you copy something, you delete something, and you paste it, the word, the variable, the whatever, you just delete it. I've been there and I've done that. It's a pain in the ass. So John's address is dead. I'm going to say that his balance, John's balance, is going to be this one. No, we don't care about this string actually. Let's do. We don't care. John. All right. This is John, right? We need to say that it's John. All right. So what we're gonna do now that we have John in our system. Yes, I have experienced that as well. Yeah, it's classic VS Code behavior. If you know it, it's good because you can delete. So if I wanna, normally you could yank something. Normally you would yank, but sometimes I delete something and paste it somewhere else because I know it's on my clipboard. But I created my own habits and they are not the best. They're my own nasty habits. Okay, so what we're gonna do is first of all is reset the whole shebang. Make run. Actually, in Fortnite, we were just creating all this volume and now we need to reset it. But it is what it is. So let's do this as final thing. So we're going to create 2 orders. We're going to place 2 limit orders at 2 different price levels. And then we're going to place a giant market order that covers these limits. And then we should have basically bought all the ETHs from the 2 sellers, should all on the wallet, on the address of the buyer. And if that works, then I think we have a very good exchange already. I'm not gonna lie. Who is building this? Literally no one. Only here on my channel. We don't do to-do lists. We don't code hello worlds. We code exchanges completely from scratch. Okay, so whatever. These screens, they are confusing me sometimes because I see something happening there and I think multitasking, not that easy, especially not if you're a man. All right, so let's place an order. So we're gonna place, we're gonna sell this amount on 10K, and that's gonna be 8. User 8. So we do this, it's all working fine. We're gonna do the same thing, but it's John. No, John is the buyer, right? John is gonna buy all your coins. Exactly. John is gonna buy everything. So now we need to have user 7. It's also gonna sell, but he's gonna sell at 9. Okay. So let's just place it first. I'm gonna explain. Boom. Let's check the books. All right. So we have in our order book, we have a total volume of 2 million. Gray, whatever fraction of ETH. So if you sell, you make an ask, and user 7 has its ask on 9K limit, and user 8 this user 8 has its order, its limit order on 10K euro, dollar, rupees. Sultan, do you open for us to contribute with your code base? Your channel appeared in my recommendation and made me curious to find out what crypto is. Yes, of course, all the code is available at on GitHub, and you can do whatever you want. You can make a pull request, whatever. It's fine. After this stream, I'm going to upload the code we did today, and then if you want to do something with it, if you want to play with it, if you want to, it doesn't matter. It's all open source. I think I have a license, so it's all good. It's all good. All yours. All yours. So what's going to happen is John is going to place a market order for the size of 2 million. Or we can even make it more fancy, and we could make it a little bit less, so there should be still an order in the books partially filled. Partially filled. The first order that needs to be matched, so if I place a market order and I want to buy at the best price, right? So that's why we see the asks, these are sorted. So asks are always sorted by the best price, the cheapest price. If I want to buy something, I want to buy it as cheap as possible. If this would be a bits, then the 10K price limit would be first. Why? Because if I want to sell something, right? If I place an ask, if I want to sell, if I want to buy, if I want to sell, oh man, if I want to sell, I want to sell at the highest price. If I want to buy at the cheapest price. Yeah, but why are the asks sorted by the cheapest price because I'm buying, right? So if I'm placing a market order, if I want to buy, we need to check the asks, right? We need to check people that want to sell, and we need to put the cheapest seller on top, so we buy the cheapest, if that makes sense. It's getting late. All right, so this is okay. So now we're going to say body ask. So we need to make a bit is true, so we are going to buy. The size is going to be, so instead of 2 million, we're going to say it's going to be 1.5 million. And is this correct? Nope. This is correct, right? Yes. The price doesn't matter as a market order. We don't care. And probably it's not going to work because that's how engineering goes. You're going to place a market order and the user ID is 6, right? The John, dude John is 6. So we're going to just fire it and see what's going on. Error. User 6 not found. Yeah, it's 666. Okay. Fine. It's the Diablo. El Diablo. Boom. And now we are basically having a big panic. And that's all fine. Not enough volume. That's going on. So we have not enough volume. For our market order. Why don't we have enough volume? I think some shenanigans happened with the ID, so we're gonna do it again. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. And next, I promise, next stream we're gonna make it clean, right? This is our dirty stream. To make it work, next stream we're gonna make it clean. I pinky swear. So we're gonna quickly fill up these asks again. So it's gonna be 1 million, 3 limit 8, and it's gonna be a price. Price is gonna be 10. Is this correct? Yes, and then we're gonna do it again, but why can I not just... Nine. 7. Boom. Let's get the order books. That's fine, so there's 2 million, right? 2 million. Yes, 2 million. Sitting in the books. So, I'm going to try to find this market order in one of my history. Maybe this one. Let's gamble. Boom. It is. And instead of making this mistake, we're going to say 666. We're going to place this size 1.5 million. So it should work. So please. Yes. 2 matches. And you can see we matched first with the order book. Like I mentioned, the order book is pinpoint precise. It's pinpoint perfect. It's amazing. It's Gucci. It's all what we want. It's all what we ever can dream about. So we matched this, and we matched the full amount, right? The full size. Because this order sitting at 9K was 1 million. Remember? The order sitting at 10K was also 1 million. But we only placed 1.5 million, so the other half a million, is being matched by this 10K. Exactly how it should work. So now, the last test of this mission of mercy is to see if the balances are okay. So this does not matter. Yeah, this seller, I know. This is basically because we did our shenanigans before. But if all goes right, and we reboot right now, if we reboot, make run, John has 1.5 million extra fractions of ethers in his wallet. This guy is literally buying all the tokens from our exchange. This is the real chat. Applause to John. This man is insane. All right, so it's working all fine. So we basically have a working exchange. We basically have. It's insane. I'm happy. It was a struggle, not gonna lie. Today was a really put me to the test. But it is what it is. Sometimes we need to take it like a man. We need to take it like a man. Let me see what is going on. Are there any questions? How long am I actually streaming? Where is the statistics? Where is it? How can I see this? I can't. YouTube. What's going on? It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. "26 views. It is what it is. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. Please feel free to ask. So we need to do a lot of cleanup. I'm not gonna lie, because this is. This is a lot of. Started 1 hour ago. Yeah. Actually, I know exactly when I started, so why I just open up my cell phone. It's exactly 1 hour ago. Almost 1 hour ago. 1 hour and a half, actually, to be precise. I'm sorry to make it so confusing. All right. So, I am thinking. What the next step should be, because I think we have already something that's working, so that's good. We should make. Could you give some comments of every block function that tells what? I can. I will. We can do a recap. We can do a complete recap. We can. Let me quickly drink the last bit of water out of my bottle, you savage people. All right, a recap. So we started, let me open up order book, right? And we're gonna close this panel. So basically an exchange has two main components, which is the order book and matching engine. You could say, is it the same thing? They are all interconnected, right? So yeah, to recap, right? So this new order thing, I think that's basically simple, right? It's a new order, it's a constructor. If you know Go, not quite sure how familiar you are with Go, it's basically a way to construct things. It's a convenience method, right? So that's not of a big of an important. These things are basically not that special. These things, right? So this is what we call an interface to sort the asks and the bits, which are limits, structures of limits. And like I mentioned not so long ago, a couple of minutes ago, that if we need to show the asks, we need to sort them by the cheapest price. And if you want to show the bits, we need to show them by the highest price. And correct me if I'm wrong. Let me quickly think. So a bid, if I place a bid, somebody wants to buy, he wants to buy cheap. So the bids need to be cheapest, the asks need to be expensive, more higher. So that's basically exactly what it does. It sorts the bids and it sorts the asks. So we can match accordingly. That's what this does. New limit, easy. Add order, easy. Delete order, easy. It is what it is. Fill. So a limit, in our scenario, a limit is a bucket holding a bunch of orders, is an array. Let's say it's a slice holding a bunch of orders with different sizes from potentially different people sitting at the same price. So for example, you could have 10 orders sitting at $10K. So if we need to fill an order, that means that we need to loop through all the limits loop through each order and fill it. It basically means that if I want to buy 20 ETH and there is 30 ETH in the books and you fill the market order, you're going to have 10 ETH still in the books. I hope that it's all complicated and my brain is already fried. So it could be that this explanation is a little bit strange. I'm not going to lie. But filling an order is basically just the same thing as filling a bottle of water, right? It's the same thing. Where each pour is another order until it's completely full, and then our order is complete, and then you can drink the bottle or you can give it away, whatever. Fill order. So basically this is split out into functions just for the sake of having things clean and nice. It's the same thing. I would recommend you to check the GitHub. And to inspect it for yourself, play around with these things and see how they behave. Try to break it. Put some loggings, put some panics here and there to see what's going on. And you will learn a lot more than me explaining these things. And if you have questions, you can always tag me on GitHub. You can always tag me. Raise an issue, whatever. I will help you, no worries. And then we have the order book, which is basically the parent. It's the daddy. It's the daddy of all components, which holds all the asks and all the bids inside of a map. So we can, and each market, for example, the market Ethereum, the market Bitcoin, the market Shiba Inu, they all have their own order books. All different order books. Then we have place market order, which basically places a market order in the order book. A market order, as I mentioned in previous streams, a market order will never sit in the books, right? If you place a market order, it will never sit in an order book, never. A market order always will be filled by limit orders that are sitting in the books. So if your exchange is completely empty and you place a market order, it will not work. You first need to have limit orders before you can match it with a market order. All right. Place limit order. Puts an order in the books. Clear limit. If all orders are basically gone, if there is no order, if there's no size left on 10K, for example, we need to delete the limit. So we delete this 10K limit array out of our order book. Gone. These functions basically simple, right? These total up the volume from the bits, total up the volume from the asks. Easy peasy. That's the order book. Nothing too complex. And in our main function, it's basically just a web API, right? It's a complete web interface, a web server, I mean, where we can post requests where we can get our order book, where we can post a limit order, where we can post a market order. We create our users. We created John. And we have one more thing actually, and that's util. I will open up it actually. Util. And that's basically transfer ETH. So this is a very important function, and I put it in a separate file because it's nasty. And the only thing it does is it transfers ETH from A to B. That's the only thing it does. Nothing more to it. Of course, it sounds more simpler than it actually is, I understand. But I recommend you to really play. Open up, boot the application, post some orders, see what's going on, fix my issues. That would be nice. That would be amazing. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes a lot of sense. And I will maybe in my free time tonight, I will actually, and maybe that was actually your question, put some comments actually on top of these functions. What do you think, right? Could you imagine putting some documentation inside of code? I will do that. Next time you open up this thing, it will be full of documentation. I pinky swear, I promise. So if there are no more questions, I'm going to wrap it up because it's pretty intensive stream. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. So, you know what you need to do, right? If you're not following me, you need to follow me. Consider subscribing, like the video, leave a comment. Tell all your friends that this is the place to be. I much appreciate you stick around. I appreciate you ask questions. It's amazing. If you have more questions, you can always DM me on whatever thing on Twitter. Just find me. I will answer. And I hope you will have a very nice evening, day, wherever you are. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream. Cheers, cheers.